Hello and welcome to another update video about GALA, probably one of the more depressing cryptos at the moment with everything that's going on in that ecosystem. I did use the time, some spare time yesterday. I had to dive a little bit deeper into the fundamentals around GALA, actually what's going on there, and that there have been actually quite some disappointments, in recent months for the community, tokenomics wise and everything. But this is not the channel for fundamentals, but it shows why the sentiment actually is so negative. It certainly all doesn't really help. A lot of broken promises and so on. And now, obviously, the co-founders suing each other. Now, that is not an automation, again, the guarantee for further dropping prices. I have to say that because, you never know in a market that is so much oversold like this one. I mean, GALA is massively oversold now also on the daily time frame. Now, that's not a bullish sign, right? Well, let me just, I think I need to add the RSI back in. That's not a bullish sign unless the price structure would show it or would confirm it or would at least allow for it. I discussed that in previous videos. We basically where an oversold RSI is really interesting is when you actually have an uptrend and a very deep pullback and it's then oversold. But this is not really an uptrend at the moment. So it's actually in a downtrend, but it is still oversold. So typically, even when it's oversold, as you can see here last time in June, there was a significant rally, right? Even if it's only here like in May, where price moved up okay, it's not insignificant, right? 30% still, though. So the oversold RSI is a signal that things can turn around at some point. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily bullish, but it means that a corrective rally could be coming. I mean, we are entering another support zone now. We are obviously hovering still above that 1.55 cent level that we've been talking about for many weeks. That was our next downside target. It has been reached. Price seems to be consolidating. And it seems like it still wants to go a little lower. At least we have no reaction. And as I said, we are focusing on lower as long as we are below the resistance level, which is 1.78 cents. What I actually wanted to talk about is, and briefly, that obviously all these negative news and negative sentiment is not necessarily a guarantee for further dropping prices. The RSI indicates a bounce could be coming, even if it's just a corrective one. But you never know. They could all, they could suddenly all turn around and suddenly be happy again. The co-founders. You never know what's up in there. What's going on there in their minds and with each other. But see, we can only look at what's in front of us, and what's in front of me here is a chart that has basically invalidated a bullish 1-2 setup. It's a chart that is moving down in a descending price channel. It's a chart that has reached our downside target, and there is not really a sufficient bullish or positive reaction to our support area. So I would at this stage assume it will break down further, even though we all know how quickly things can turn around in the crypto space, but it's now trolling support. So I would not be surprised for this to go down lower. Adding a micro count here, I mean, even more micro counting, this is already pretty detailed. Probably can't get it any more detailed for an altcoin. But I mean, we could say maybe within this wave 5, we have another, let me see. Yeah, we have another small 1, 2, 3, maybe this is 4, right? And then one more low in wave 5. Next target would be 1.35 cents. These are all targets that we determined and calculated in previous videos. 1.35 cents, 1.29 cents are the next ones, and then 1.18 cents. And you can see how relevant they are, even though they are just FIB targets. Well, just FIB targets. I mean, they are Fibonacci targets that are pretty reliable. You never know which one is eventually going to act really as major support where the price can turn around, but they are levels of interest, levels to watch. You can see how relevant this range is here between 1.52 cents and 1.55, because the price has now been consolidating just above it for the last 3 to 4 days. But yeah, situation hasn't changed. Against the 1.78 cent level, I focus on lower. Only if the price moves above that level, it would be too high for a substructure wave 4. And then we might be dealing with something more bullish or just a larger bounce. But without having a 5-wave move up that goes above significant or above initial resistance at least, and the 3-wave pullback. I can't confirm here turnaround. I just can highlight that, look, we're oversold now. We've reached our downside targets. So a turnaround, even if it's just a corrective, like relief rally, right? Which I'm sure will happen at some point, just a relief rally, even something like that, all these corrective rallies here. There is no setup visible for it at this stage, but we all know how quickly things can turn around in the crypto space. So I can only highlight that potential now, yeah. And you can do with it what you want, but I can only highlight the potential at this stage. It's not visible in the chart yet, and I would primarily assume price is going to go down lower to reach that next downside target. That's my update about GALA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.